Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, don't do unboxings, but we might do a few playthroughs. But today we are talking about an expansion for a racing game that we recently reviewed. We're going to be talking about Thunder Road Vendetta, the Carnival of Chaos, and in this expansion you will be racing around an arena trying to blow the living shit out of your opponents using super weapons and all sorts of other goodies that are in this box, and that will hopefully allow you to win the game. So in this video I'm going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. I'll be telling you what we do like, what we don't like. Then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Thunder Road Vendetta, the Carnival of Chaos, is worth your time and bother today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So, Thunder Road Vendetta, Carnival of Chaos. How'd you play this game? So the Carnival of Chaos expansion is, I suppose you could say, a semi-modular expansion, right? You're going to do away with the road segments of the original and you're going to replace it with an arena with 3 road segments coming into it, yeah? Instead of the hazard tokens, you're going to have party favour tokens that when you go over them, you're going to be able to take them and they're going to give you a benefit. There's the killer pillar tokens. So at the end of each round, you're going to reveal a Tina's turn card, right? And then this will tell you a few little bits of information, one of which will be whether a pillar rises up out of the ground or not, and if you're on it you'll get destroyed. There's super weapon tokens that are going to allow you to draw super weapon cards, yeah, and you've also got enough components for a 5th or maybe even 6th player if you are going to house rule that in. So the idea of this game is to not get your ass blown out of your cacks, right, and also to end up with the most scrap at the end of the game, yeah. If you get eliminated then you cannot win the game, yeah. There's no point in you trying to blow yourself up because you ain't going to be able to win that way, are you, cheating bastard? So you're going to be able to get scrap in a certain number of ways, right? You're going to get 2 scrap when an opposing car is damaged on your turn. If an opposing car is eliminated on your turn, then you're going to get 3 scrap. If you've got an operable car in a spotlight space, you're going to get as much scrap as the Tina's turn card is going to give you. Certain party favours give you scrap, and once per game you can play your Witness Me card to gain extra scrap each time you shoot or slam that turn, right? So once you are in the arena, there's no way to go out of it. If you end up out of the arena either by being pushed out of the circular bit or going back onto a road bit, you're going to be eliminated. And if you land on a super weapon token, you're going to be able to draw a super weapon card, right? You can never have more than 1 super weapon, so don't think that you can act like a dog with 2 dicks, right? And if a car with a super weapon gets destroyed, you're going to lose it. You can't transfer it over to another car, right? So at the end of the round, you're going to draw a Tina's turn card, yeah? You'll go from top to bottom. It'll tell you how much scrap you get if you're on a spotlight space. It'll tell you what to do with the killer pillars, and there'll also be a decree, and you'll just follow this and do what it says. You'll keep doing this until 1 player's out of the game, or if you have exhausted all the Tina turn cards, yeah, and then players with at least 1 operable card will add up all their scrap, and then the player with the most scrap will be the winner of Thunder Road Vendetta Carnival Chaos. Do we like but Carnival of Chaos? So the first thing that we really like about this expansion is that they've included loads more stuff without adding too much complexity to the game, yeah. In fact, haven't added any complexity to the game at all, really. The fact that you've got a brand new way to play the game and it is in an arena, you're going to be able to maneuver your car around the arena and score points, yeah. You're not just going to try and be the last person standing or the last person across the finish line. There's loads of things to go for. You might go for them party favour tokens, yeah, because they're going to give you a bit of a boon as well. And this game was mental in the first place, yeah, but this expansion just ramps up the insanity to 11, yeah.
These go to 11.
So yeah, loads more stuff, new ways to play the game, fucking awesome. So the second thing that we really like about Carnival Chaos is that there are no more choke points to worry about. If you have seen the review of the base game, or well, the Maximum Crime Edition, yeah, one of the complaints we had is that some of the tiles sort of push players into a narrow funnel, yeah, and things get congested and you end up getting a little bit frustrated, yeah. That is thrown completely out the window. When you're driving around an arena, you're sort of more or less free to go wherever you want. It does get a little bit weird with 5 players mooching around and you're going to get in each other's way, but with 4 players it is pretty open and you've got room to blow the fuck out of your opponents off of those spotlight spaces that everyone is coveting, yeah. So the third and final thing that we really like about this is that the super weapons are fucking mental, yeah. I mean, you might end up with the auto cannon. It says once during the car's move step you may shoot another car, resolve any damage, then if it has any move remaining, continue moving your car as normal. That car may also shoot again during its shoot step if able. Or you might have a big friendly gun. I can tell you, at the weekends, I've definitely got a big friendly gun. It says if the target has 2 available damage slots, first assign a face down damage token, then assign the other damage token as normal, fully resolving any effect on a damage token. Yeah, so this is going to allow you to do 2 damage instead of 1. Or you might end up with the laser kebab, and that's got nothing to do with my big friendly gun. Yeah, you can choose any target in a straight line from your car's front arc. You do not need to choose the first car in that line and can choose any other car further away. So this allows you to shoot through other cars, which is fucking awesome. Yeah, so yeah, these super weapons add some crazy abilities, and it's by far and away the best part of this expansion is these, apart from all the other shit. So what don't we like about Carnival of Chaos? So the first thing that we don't really like about Carnival Chaos is that the party favour tokens are pretty much too readily available. Yeah, they replace the hazard tokens, which caused a bit of a problem for you, so it was best to try and avoid them. But sometimes they become a target because you're going to want to push people into them. Yeah, that is all gone, and if you go over a party favour token, you're going to get a nice little special ability. Yeah, you might end up having the bootleg turn. This is a throwback to the bootleg reverse thing that was in the original car wars. Yeah, it says play before moving. This turn you can change the direction your car is facing any number of times. Yeah, or you might end up with the solid gold muffler, nothing to do with that kebab. And it says at the end of the game, this party favour is worth 2 scrap. It's not worth anything during the game. Yeah, so yeah, the party favours by replacing stuff that is sort of a bit bad for you with stuff that's really good. It makes it a little bit easier to run around with your ball bag hanging out your boxer shorts, you know what I mean? So the second thing that we don't like about this game is that the killer pillars could and probably should have been moulded in a 3D token, right? As it stands, they are just sort of cardboard flat tokens, and you don't really get the impression that they are the killer pillars that they say they are in the rulebook. Yeah, judging by the production quality of this and the maximum chrome edition, there's no real reason why they couldn't have chucked in some hexagonal pillars that you could just take off the board, put back on. But as it stands, you're left with sort of a bit of a lackluster brewer's droop type thing where you're sort of expecting something to pop out the board and it doesn't. So the final thing that we don't like about the Carnival of Chaos, as we have already alluded to, it does get a little bit crowded with 5 players. If you add in the fact if you got this with the maximum chrome edition, you are already going to have more or less enough components for 5 players, so chucking in the purple players components was probably a little bit of an overkill, but maybe you just don't want to play with the big rig or the final 5 here, so in that sense it's okay. But yeah, it does get a little bit crowded with 5 players. The base game kind of does the same thing. Yeah, 5 players is probably a little bit too much. 4 players is probably the sweet spot. 5 is probably the ring sting. So yeah, it's just a shame that there was no way to give you more space with 5 players, maybe like a double-sided board or something, or some sort of extension might work better. So to summarise, is Carnival Chaos worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we're going to say yes, absolutely. Carnival of Chaos is a must-have expansion for fans of Thunder Road Vendetta. It adds more shit and a new novel way to play the game without making your brain explode. It can get a bit too much with 5 players, and if you add the expansion stuff from the Maximum Chrome Edition or just all the other expansions, then maybe it could be accused of being a little bit bloated. But then that is largely the point in it. The clue is in the name, you fucktards. So if you missed that, then this simply stunning expansion clearly isn't for you, but for everyone else, you should jump on this like Gemma Collins in a kebab shop. So there you go, that is Thunder Road Vendetta, the Carnival of Chaos expansion. Remember, if you are new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next time.